In our Sunrise Smart Start, before you head out the door, today marks 4 years since the racist attack at a Buffalo Tops when a gunman murdered 10 innocent people.
It is a day that changed that community forever. Today, families of the victims, elected officials, and leaders from Tops will gather outside the store to honor the lives lost and to reflect on the last 4 years of healing. A bell will toll 10 times for each victim. Acts of service will be done all throughout the community today in their honor. There are plans well underway for a memorial that will be permanent. It will be built at Best and Jefferson Avenues. As of this week, as we told you, Common Council in Buffalo is in the official process of transferring the land over to the 514 Memorial Foundation. That group will make this a living memorial. Members say it's one for healing and for remembering everyone gone from that day.
The 514 families will be coming to this place to remember their loved ones. This community will be coming to this space, as well as generations that are yet to come.
The foundation says the vision for the site is driven by what is heard from wants in that community. 10 arches you see will surround the memorial. In the renderings, there will also be a survivor's pillar and a reflective garden. There's still no official date for a groundbreaking.
The defense team for the May 14th mass shooter has until June to file for a mental examination of Peyton Gendron. The judge in the federal trial also says some jurors would be exempt based on scheduling. We can expect monthly court dates ahead of the trial, which won't start before October 13th. Gendron is already serving life in prison in the state case.
In other headlines we're following at 6:50, due in court today, a man indicted on attempted murder and hate crime charges after authorities say he attacked a man at the Indian Hill Park Trail in Perrington last summer. Derek Van Epps, back in June, is accused of stabbing the victim multiple times with a hunting knife. That victim did survive. On the docket today at 9:30, Van Epps is scheduled for a pre-trial hearing.
There are a lot of people that rely on this hospital.
Reaction there from an expecting mother in Wayne County, voicing her concerns over the impending closure of the only hospital offering labor and delivery services in that area. Rochester Regional Health announced yesterday Newark Wayne Community Hospital's inpatient labor and delivery unit, along with postpartum services, will be shutting down by the end of this year, citing a decrease in deliveries, just 1 or 2 a day, among other factors.
I'm due the 3rd week of August. I will still have all my current appointments scheduled there. They're just not sure about my delivery. Hard to make a delivery plan when you don't know where you're delivering.
Since I've ever grown up in Newark, it's always been there, and now we only have Irondequoit and Rochester, which, you know, I have so many friends who are pregnant and now they have to switch hospitals, and it's frustrating for them.
RH officials say they will work with the patients to find alternative care options. Planned deliveries will transition to RGH, Unity Hospital, and other nearby facilities based on a patient's clinical needs and preferences.
A legal fight is brewing over the future of the former mall in Irondequoit as it goes back to court. But despite the dispute, Target there in town says its store in Irondequoit is not at risk of closing. The issue is regarding property agreements tied to the old mall site, now known as Skyview on the Ridge. Monroe County's Industrial Development Wing, COMITA, wants to remove certain rights Target has under those agreements, arguing the restrictions are stopping redevelopment of the vacant middle portion of the property. Target says those rights protect things like parking, access, utilities, and rules on neighboring development, and argues COMITA is trying to take all that away before any clear plans for the future exist. COMITA says removing the restrictions would help bring in new business, create jobs, and boost tax revenue. Arguments for this case are scheduled later today. Sunrise traffic here at 6:53, a little south of Brighton on Clover Street at Stony Lonesome Road. There's a crash reported within the last 6 minutes, and then nearby another one at Route 251. That is Rush-Minden Road and Rush-Minden Town Line Road. That's the view there. A little slow going westbound there. 490 headed out of downtown from our greater Rock Sky High.
Hey, we're going to have some Australia heat coming up this weekend and into early next week. There's those temperatures. 80 degrees likely going to happen early next week.
We'll see you for our podcast 9 o'clock this morning to 9:30 on the Rochester First streaming app. That is Second Cup of Sunrise.
Thanks for watching, everybody. CBS Mornings up next.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, X, and on our app for news and weather. Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 On Demand, plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.